Let me ask you something. Have you ever been surrounded by people, scrolling your phone, watching shows, doing everything you're supposed to do, and still felt empty? Not sad, not depressed, just hollow. Like life is happening, but you're not really in it. Here's the strange part. Most people feel this way at some point, but almost no one understands why. They assume something is wrong with them. But what if emptiness isn't a flaw? What if it's a message? In this video, you're going to understand exactly why you feel empty and what you can do to slowly, realistically, and permanently fix it. Not with motivation, not with positivity, but with clarity. Let's start with the truth no one tells you. Habit number 1. Numbing instead of feeling. Let's talk about something almost everyone does, but almost no one notices. Numbing. Anytime there's silence, your phone comes out. Anytime there's discomfort, you distract yourself. Anytime a feeling starts to rise, you push it away with noise, scrolling, watching videos, background music, staying busy, staying entertained. None of this makes you a bad person. In fact, it makes you normal, because numbing feels like relief. But here's the truth. Numbing doesn't remove emotions. It postpones them. And what builds up when emotions are constantly postponed? Most people think emptiness means they don't feel anything. But that's not true. Emptiness usually means you're feeling too much and you've learned to shut it down. Stress you never processed. Disappointment you never faced. Loneliness you never named. Fear you never allowed yourself to feel. So your mind does the only thing it knows how to do. It turns the volume down. And when emotions are muted for too long, life starts to feel flat, colorless, distant, unreal. That's emptiness. Ask yourself this. Do you immediately reach for distraction when you're bored? Do you avoid quiet moments? Do you feel uncomfortable doing nothing? Do you feel restless without stimulation? If yes, you're not broken. You're disconnected. And disconnection always feels like emptiness. Now here's the part most people get wrong. Fixing this does not mean cutting off all entertainment. It does not mean deleting every app. It does not mean forcing yourself to be productive. That just creates resistance. The real fix is creating small moments of awareness. Moments where you allow yourself to feel without escaping. Start small. 5 minutes a day. No phone, no music, no background noise. Just sit or walk or stare out a window. At first, your mind will race. You'll feel restless, bored, uncomfortable. That's normal. That discomfort isn't emptiness. It's emotional awareness waking back up. And here's something important. You don't have to analyze your feelings. You don't have to fix them. You don't have to label them perfectly. Just notice. Notice tension in your body. Notice thoughts passing by. Notice emotions without judging them. When emotions are allowed to move, they stop getting stuck. And when emotions stop getting stuck, emptiness slowly loses its grip. Think of it like this. If you keep holding your breath emotionally, eventually you feel hollow. But when you finally exhale, even if it feels uncomfortable at first, life starts to come back. Feeling again is the opposite of emptiness. One more thing. Numbing steals meaning because meaning lives in emotion, joy, curiosity, sadness, longing, purpose. When you numb everything to avoid pain, you numb the good too. You don't feel worse, you feel less. And that's exactly what emptiness is. So the goal isn't to feel good all the time. The goal is to feel alive. And that starts by letting yourself feel again, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Habit number 2, living on autopilot. Many people don't choose their lives. They inherit routines, expectations, and goals without questioning them. Wake up, do what's required, get through the day, repeat. Days blend together, and when nothing feels intentional, life feels empty. The fix is simple but powerful. Each day, ask yourself, what am I doing today that actually matters to me? Then do one small thing aligned with that answer. Meaning grows through intention, not intensity. Once you start living with intention, another issue becomes clear. Habit number 3, chasing happiness. We're taught something very early in life, that the goal is to be happy. Be happy at work. Be happy in relationships. Be happy all the time. And if you're not happy, something must be wrong. But here's what no one tells you. Happiness is not a stable destination. It's a temporary emotion. It comes and it goes. And when you build your entire life around chasing a feeling that naturally fades, emptiness is almost guaranteed. Think about it. You set a goal, believing it will finally make you happy. A new job, more money, a relationship, a big achievement. And for a moment, it works. You feel excited, satisfied, relieved. Then, time passes, the feeling fades, and suddenly you're right back where you started. Except now you're confused. You ask yourself, why don't I feel fulfilled? The problem isn't that you failed. The problem is that happiness was never meant to carry the weight of your life. Happiness is like a spark. Meaning is like a fire. Sparks feel great, but they disappear quickly. Fire lasts because it's fueled by purpose. When you chase happiness, you constantly move from one spark to the next. And in between those sparks, emptiness lives. This is why people with perfect lives still feel hollow. They did everything right. They checked all the boxes. They reached the goals. But nothing stuck. Because happiness answers the question, how do I feel right now? Meaning answers a different question. Why am I doing this at all? Here's the shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, what will make me happy? Ask, what feels meaningful? Even when it's hard. Meaning doesn't always feel good in the moment. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable. Sometimes it feels boring. Sometimes it feels difficult. But afterward, it feels worth it. And worth it is the opposite of empty. Think about the things in your life that truly matter. Learning something challenging, helping someone without expecting anything back, building a skill slowly over time, committing to something bigger than your mood. Those moments aren't always happy, but they are deeply fulfilling, and fulfillment lingers. When you stop chasing happiness, something surprising happens. You feel less pressure. You stop asking yourself to feel good all the time. You allow life to be real. Some days are calm, some days are heavy, some days are joyful. And instead of emptiness, there's depth. Habit number 4, disconnecting from yourself. At some point, many people stop listening to themselves. They silence curiosity. They ignore intuition. They abandon interests that don't seem practical. They become who they think they should be. And emptiness is the cost of that disconnection. Reconnecting starts with curiosity. What did you enjoy before you started judging yourself? What part of you have you been ignoring? You don't need permission to be yourself again. Now let's talk about connection. Not online, but real. Habit number 5, living at the surface. You can be surrounded by people and still feel deeply alone. Surface conversations create surface connections, and surface connections create emptiness. Depth changes that. One honest conversation, one vulnerable moment, one real connection. You don't need more people. You need more presence. Habit number 6, waiting for life to feel meaningful. This is where everything comes together. Many people wait for life to feel meaningful before they engage with it. They wait for motivation. They wait for clarity. They wait for confidence. But meaning doesn't appear first. It's built through responsibility. Responsibility for your time. Responsibility for your values. Responsibility for the direction of your life. Choose something worth caring about. Commit to it. Purpose grows through commitment, not certainty. Emptiness isn't random. It grows when you numb instead of feel, you live on autopilot, you chase happiness instead of meaning, you disconnect from yourself, you avoid depth, you wait instead of choose. Fixing emptiness isn't about fixing you. It's about changing how you engage with your life. Here's what I want you to remember. Emptiness isn't your enemy. It's a signal, a quiet message telling you that something inside you wants attention, intention, and direction. After watching this video, you'll be able to recognize emptiness without fearing it, stop numbing and start reconnecting, build meaning instead of chasing distractions, and take responsibility for a life that feels real. You don't need to overhaul everything. Just choose one meaningful action today. That's how fullness begins.